Excellent.
We
You're
are
welcome.
recording. Hello, how are you?
Hi. So, our first official one today, isn't it?
Exciting. I'm so excited, honestly. It's like my brain's been going, oh, what should we talk about? What should we talk about? Ooh.
Yeah, but don't you find that there's so many things that we can talk about? It becomes a little bit more like an explosion, like fireworks or something in your head.
Yeah, because then you go, well, where do I start? Like, which
Yeah,
one should we talk about first? What
yeah.
subject? What have I seen in the groups? What have, a bit of everything? I mean, did you see I was in Hello Magazine? Go me.
Sally, I was going to bring that up actually, 'cause it's like, oh, so
I
impressed.
didn't know what maggot was going to be in this one.
Ended up getting into this, Sammy, because this is pretty cool actually.
So my wonderful friend, Estelle Kiva,
It's who you know.
who I know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. She messaged me and she saw someone on X looking for an expert nail technician. And that's where I come in. And
Yeah.
I then followed this lady on there and we got talking. And I said, look, I'm happy to help. If there's any like questions, send them my way and I'll help where I can. And then if a job comes up, she's like, oh, hey, Sammy, how are you? Hope you're good.
Brilliant.
I've got another one for you. Are you happy to answer any of these questions? And then I'm like, yay
Brilliant.
or nay. And then it kind of, then she'll then message me back and be like, oh, just a heads up, this is what's been released. And then she'll send me the
Oh,
answer.
well
But
done.
I Googled myself the other day because,
Yeah.
as you do. So I was like, oh, Sami Pelling in Google, what's going to come up?
Love
And
this.
then I found that I was in other magazines or newspaper article things that I didn't even know.
That's really cool
And,
though. Yeah.
and, right, my books, so like my romance novels,
Yeah.
they're in Waterstones, Amazon. Like they're on Amazon anyway, because that's where I've published them.
Yeah.
But then I've seen people advertising to sell them on bloody eBay. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. But it's like there's none available, or there's so many
No
available, but they're
way.
like 50 quid. And you're like,
What?
what?
Oh
I'm
my
not making any of this
God.
money. How do I get rid of that? So I think that's a bit
You.
cheap. But yeah, it's finding like my name in places, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
That is. You basically, like, if anyone's got any of Sammy's books that are first edition, keep hold of them because she's going to be J.K. Rowling in 10 years' time.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. It is one of them. Like, I just think people will take stuff and reuse it anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even really brand anything these days because people will still steal it regardless.
Yeah. And everything's been done as well, hasn't it? Like,
You
it,
can't really copy someone, to be honest, because yeah,
no, it's
everyone's
all
copying
done.
someone.
Yeah. So I know my husband says that about music. He'll say, oh, you can hear that they've taken that from such and such a song. It's like, well, how can they not nowadays? Like, it's,
Hmm.
I mean, we can't invent a light bulb because it's been done.
Yep.
Like, what the hell do
But
we
then
do? Like, our
songs, though,
generations.
songs, you've got like classics, like proper classic songs that are epic. They're rebuilding them to this generation, which is then also bringing that song back. So I kind of
Absolutely.
feel like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, really good news. I was so excited to hear that. When I saw it on your page the
I
other
was
day,
like,
oh,
yay!
yay, go Sammy. So we are looking for guest speakers, but it appears that we have an expert in the house anyway. So
You know,
Sami Pelling in
but
Hello Magazine.
and the Sun, don't forget the Sun,
Oh, I know, I'm so sorry.
and Evoke magazine,
It started down here, Sammy. It's now up
and
here.
now it's like ding, 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 ding. Next thing you know, I'll be on Sky News.
Hopefully just for the right things.
Yeah,
Expert
no,
sales.
yeah, nothing unusual or dodgy.
Love it, love it. So yeah, well done you. Um,
Thanks.
I just want to say to everyone that's watching this that Sammy never got there. She hasn't got to be like in the newspaper and in Hello magazine by just sitting on a bottom and moping around. She's got there by putting herself out there. And it's
Yes.
really hard because in our industry, there's so many of us. It feels a bit like, oh, there's so many of us. There's like, how can I do this? I've got so much competition. Actually, sometimes it is about putting yourself forward. And well done, Sammy, because you have done
Thanks.
done that. So
It,
well
it
done,
is
you.
really, it really is about just going for it and just going, do you know what? I am me and no one else is me.
It's true. It's very true.
Like people will go to people that they like, they trust, they want to connect, or someone they connect with. Like, a hairdresser, for example, you'll go to that hairdresser because they're good at their job
Yeah.
and you connect with them or whatever. Or you won't go to that hairdresser because they're not very good at their job and they've botched your hair and you're just like, oh my God,
Well,
what's
this
going
is
on?
true. This
Like
is true.
I've had some awful hairdos and I'm like, yep, not got back there. But then
Yeah.
I've had hairdressers that have been amazing and literally hit the nail on the head. And I've walked out of there feeling like, oh yeah, I'm like Gemma
Yeah.
Collins, you know, fucking
It's,
fabulous. But you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I
it's one
do.
of them. If you go in somewhere and that person, that therapist, whether it be a nail technician, hairdresser, beauty therapist, any of them sort of things, you go in and you walk out feeling $1 million, they are the one for you.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you find then that clients won't question prices, they won't question the distance, they'll travel to you.
Yeah.
I've had clients that would, when I first started doing lash extensions years and years ago, I used to have a lady that used, I'm in Birmingham, by the way, and I had a lady that used to come every 2 weeks from Bristol, every 2 weeks. Um,
Man.
and it would take her longer to get to me than the actual appointment time, but and she never questioned it. And eventually she did start going to Bristol in the end because she was getting older. I mean, she was an older lady when I first met her. And I think she was like, you know what, do this every 2 weeks on the motorway is really not like sensible or healthy. But she was with me for probably about 5 years. It
Mm.
took a long time. And I'd say it was only when around the time that I went on maternity leave that she stopped coming. But she was
Yeah.
very open about it. But people will travel and they'll pay, they find the right person. And I know everybody worries about this, about pricing, don't they? It's like the bane of the industry at the moment. But this is something that gets me, right? You go to the dentist, you never know how much you're paying, do you? But you
Mhm.
go because you got to go.
Mhm.
You go to the hair salon. How many people know exactly what the price is when they go to the hair salon? Because,
You go in with your, like, I've been to the hairdresser before and I've gone in and I've gone, oh, I reckon it'll be about 100,
yeah,
and you walk out and it's 250.
yeah,
But you don't question it. You go,
no,
okay, boom.
yeah. So, what is it in our industry that we're so scared about that we feel so like we have this set price, then we get terrified by it? Like,
I think it's like because you're like front facing with clients, I think,
mm,
and people can be quite rude
yeah,
and undervalue you for you, and it's not okay. It's
no,
genuinely just not okay. They should appreciate what they're getting. If they're getting a fantastic service and the person that's doing their nails or beauty treatments or whatever, and they're using good quality products, they're costing a lot more money than the cheap stuff you can get in some of the wholesalers. You know, you can
yeah,
get some of the cheaper brands that aren't actually that good. And then you get the high end, which are like the best stuff you can get.
yeah,
And they cost more. They That means I'm going to get paid less because I'm having to pay out more. You'll find that they'll do like less sales, less offers and things on their products because they're more premium.
yeah,
But clients don't always appreciate that. But then you get the clients that do, and oh my
yeah,
God, big love to them because they come to you and they're like, no, I love what you do. You're amazing. You have such a variety of this. You know, you try anything. Like I'll go, yeah,
yeah,
I'll give that a go. Or
yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll give it a go. And if it
I
doesn't
love
work, we'll
it.
change it. But but they'll pay me. Like I've had it throughout the years of people saying like, oh, you know, I do feel like you're getting a bit expensive. And I'm like, well, that's up to you. I don't think I'm that expensive. And then I'll go, well, you're lucky you don't live in London, or you're lucky you don't live somewhere
Yeah,
that I was like,
yeah,
well, I actually know somebody who charges £50 for a gel polish, but I only charge 35. But for a builder and a gel polish, they'll charge £50 for. You know, so it's
yeah.
like when I then see someone doing a buy-up for £20, and I'm like, you're not a
Oh,
charity case, love. What are you doing? What are you
no.
doing? You're not getting bloody paid.
Oh no. I feel so sad for these people that seem to have it in their head that they're not good enough to charge more.
Yeah.
And
I mean, practice is the key.
yeah,
And it's one of them, it's a lot about confidence.
yeah,
Having the confidence to charge your worth. Like you spent a lot of money to get where you are.
yeah,
Unless you're genuinely crap, and you know
Yeah.
your crap, then maybe just offer it as model price,
Yeah.
not just always.
But I've seen crap people charge a lot.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you see it, don't you? I mean, we see it. We've been in our industry for years and years. So I know that I see lots of stuff. 25 years as a beauty therapist, I see a lot of stuff that's not that great, but and that's okay. That's okay.
I
But
mean, 10 years ago, I was charging 25 quid for a set of acrylics.
wow.
10 years ago.
Wow.
Like, I wouldn't expect to just pay that now. Like,
No,
I actually put a status up on my Facebook the other day, and it was like a breakdown of like what you're paying for when you're paying for a nail
no
technician. Because
idea.
I saw someone moaning about 45 quid for, I can't believe they charge £45 for a set of acrylics with gel polish. And I was like, hang on a minute, hold up, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
And it's literally a case of I just broke it down and I was like, look, you're paying for this, their skill, their like everything
Yeah.
for that person. Like, and then she was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So it's trying to have that transparency of don't be rude. You're not
Yeah.
rude to like someone in the shop because of
Yes.
like you just because it's in someone's home, it doesn't make it any less of a salon.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, just as we were talking then, your head's spinning around, like thinking of things as you're talking. And like, I really see people moaning about prices nowadays. And I wonder if part of it is because they're so comfortable with us as an individual. So many of us now are sole traders, so they have got um, full access to us. So they book through us or our booking system.
Hmm.
They sit and talk to us. We have to do that face to face, like this is your price change, this is your increase. And they feel really comfortable now because they're like your best mate and they feel like, oh, this is like, I feel comfortable to say this. Whereas years ago, if you were in a salon or salon based, you would take your client to reception, give the receptionist your little like slip, like this how it was when I was younger. Give the receptionist a slip, say to your client, see you in a couple of weeks. I'll leave you with so and so now, and she'll sort your
Yeah,
payments out and book your next appointment. And then you'd walk off, and that was it. You were done.
yeah.
Payment didn't even come into it for you. And I'm wondering if now that's where like clients years ago would have felt really ashamed to say to the receptionist, how much? She really
Mm.
charged me that much because the
Oh my
receptionist,
God, she's charged me extra for a blow dry.
yeah, yeah,
No, like you've had a blow dry, you've just had your
yeah,
hair styled. What do you
yeah.
expect? It's not going
And
to
then,
be for free.
yeah, and that's where the receptionist would just be like, no, these are our prices, and that's it.
Mm,
It's job done. And maybe that's why hairdressers don't get it as much because a lot of the
mm,
time they are renting a chair, they're still in a salon environment, they've got a receptionist, even if they're self-employed, they've still often got a
mm.
receptionist on the desk who's taking their payment. And maybe that's where it's different. Or I don't know. It is weird. It's a weird
Yeah,
thing. It's really weird. But yeah,
I just wish everyone had more confidence in valuing themselves.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's a big issue, isn't it? A hot topic.
Massive hot topic at the
Hot
moment. Everyone's
topic.
talking about it.
I know. What's with this whole like everybody panicking about being quiet as well? Have you seen this?
Oh, yes, I saw that. I'm like, okay, so I have a quieter week this week, which is
Yeah,
quite normal for me because
yeah,
everyone
really
holds
normal.
out to them
Yeah,
closer weeks to Christmas to try and cover that Christmas period. But I'm still busy, but I've just got a little more gaps, which is
yeah.
I actually am quite enjoying.
This is
But
it. Me too.
next week and the week after, I'm absolutely rammed to the
Yeah.
point where I'm not going to be able to breathe. Like, but why do we do it to ourselves? But I have given myself like a week and a half off after, like, for the whole Christmas period, whereas
Right.
some people won't.
This is what I was just about to ask you. I was just about to ask how long you've got off over Christmas. So
So
you have a good
I
chunk.
finish on the 20th, so the evening of the
Yeah.
20th.
Yeah.
That's when I finish, and I'm not back in till the 2nd.
Excellent. You see, I'm the same because I'll break up on the 21st. It's a Saturday, isn't it? So I'll finish on the Saturday and then I'll come back on the 4th. Um,
Okay.
so just under 2 weeks. And the way I see it is my clients that come in this week, let me think, fifth, what day, whatever the day is today. Oh my God. It's
The
Tuesday,
3rd.
the 3rd. I've got the
3rd of
5th in my head.
December.
So, okay, Tuesday the 3rd, let's say my clients all come to see me today. Well, that's not going to last them over their Christmas period. If they come to me like every 3 weeks for, say,
Mhm.
lash extensions, and it's the 3rd of December, their next appointment's going to take them to the 27th, 28th of December. So they're going to hold out this one a little bit to push it so that they can cover basically so they can be either side of my holiday, aren't they? And
Hmm.
I think that's what people are forgetting, that if your clients aren't going to come to you right now and then
Yeah.
need an appointment with you when you're not available. It's just logic.
Yeah,
These are
I found
private
that I've
people.
got some that have gone like they're actually like, oh, do you know what? I'll have a 2 week window
Yeah.
instead of a three because oh, my front door's just gone. Oh,
Do you want to go get
right.
it, parcel?
It's a delivery. It's a
Go get
I'll be back. Quick, quick. Oh my God.
it. Let's see how fast Sammy can run. We'll have to find out what she's got. It's probably a Christmas present for somebody.
Ta-da!
Is it a Christmas present?
No, it's
Oh.
actually handle with care. It's from Nail Order.
Ooh.
I did a
Oh,
Black Friday sale.
excellent.
I won't
I
open
know
it
you're
yet.
about to do an
I'll
unboxing.
open that later on a live. Out of breath. Um, what was I saying?
I don't know. Don't know. I switched off.
Ding!
We were talking about prices.
No, we did prices.
We did
Then we went on
prices.
to,
We
oh, I
were
don't know,
talking,
I can't remember.
I know we were
Oh,
talking about gaps in between appointments at this time, how you
yes,
might
yes. So
stretch
like
it
having
or
time off.
yeah,
So yeah, so like I have got clients that have gone like 2 weeks instead of four or three
yeah,
or whatever, just so that they can fit in just before that Christmas period,
yeah,
like that week before Christmas, before I finish, so that then they can go the whole of the Christmas period with fresh nails and then back in January.
yeah.
But like this year, January, I was actually busier and I made more money this January than I did in December last year.
I
So
know,
when people say January's the quietest month, it's not.
not always.
Not always. I think it is more like you've got to put yourself out there. You've got
Yeah,
to advertise yourself, and word of mouth is huge.
yeah.
Like that's my biggest, still out of breath, you know.
That's all right. Do you know what, Sammy? It's funny you say that because I have oh, where the hell have I put it? I have like a content. I don't know. Oh, here it is. I have a monthly planner. I wasn't
Oh
planning
yeah.
this today, by the way. I have a monthly planner. And it's like every day I try and put my content on here. So I try really hard at the start of the month. I mean, as you can see, I'm up to 4 days.
Yeah,
So
it's only the third. You've got plenty of time.
so we're okay, yes. I put my content on there. And one of the things for Thursday that is going up onto my that's been scheduled for my groups for Beauty Success Squad, Instagram and Facebook, is about how you're planning now for January. So I think the title of it is like protecting your income. Because a lot of
Mm.
people make a load of money in December and then end up having to use that money to get them through January, February. So it's like, what can you do now? Right, you've got quite a week. What can you do right now to help you in January? And you're right, it's about planning and being organised,
Yeah,
making
it's
sure your
filling
clients
gaps.
rebook. And I know a nail tech who makes sure every single one of our clients has really, really festive Christmas nails.
Because then they
Mega
know that they're
festive.
gonna
Yeah.
ah,
Not a glitter tip, not a glitter snowflake. They are mega full on festive.
because they're
Um,
not gonna want it in the new year.
Yeah. So then she has like those first 2 weeks of January, her clients are all coming in. So rather than them stretching their appointments, they're all in really early and maybe doing 2, 3 weeks rather than 4, 5 weeks. So there's a
Mhm.
little tip for any nail techs out there.
Yeah, it's true. It really is. Like I think, yeah, the more festive they go, the more likely they're going to want them fresh again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I started doing Christmas nails probably like 2 weeks ago because some of my clients do go that bit longer.
Yeah.
And some have got their appointment like the 18th, 19th of December. And they're like, no, I want my Christmas nails on this one because then I don't want to go too Christmassy, too close to Christmas. It's like she
That
still
makes
wants to go
sense.
Christmassy, but not
Yeah.
too Christmassy. And I was like, yeah, no, I get that. I do.
Yeah,
I
I
get it.
do. It's sensible. It's a
Mm,
sensible idea. I love it actually because I don't do much gel, but I do loads of pedicures.
mm,
So I do loads of nail varnish, and I love my pedicure clients at this time of year. From about September, they'll start planning each month because I see
mm.
most of my pedicure clients every month, and they will be sitting there with their nail colours and be like, right, okay, this one's for Christmas.
Yeah.
This is my Christmas colour. Right, okay. This is still a little bit summery, so I'll go for this like orangey here. And then in October, I might have that like orangey red, and then I'll have
Hmm.
purple. But honestly, from September, my varnish clients are like planned it out. They know what their Christmas colour is, and they will not have that colour until Christmas
Yep,
because
I've got that.
they're like so
I want that red. That red
yes,
is my Christmas red,
yes,
or whatever it is. And they're
yeah,
like, yeah, I've got people that plan. But then
yeah.
I've also got like my client, because I have client cards, like I won't show you their deets, but like hang on.
Oh yeah, I can see,
So I
yeah.
literally write down what builder we've used, what colors we've used, and then like some people have got like millions of them. Well, they've been coming to me for years, but it's so that we can look through and be like, oh, have you had that color?
Good
Oh,
idea.
and we kind of look back and go, do you know what? You've never had the same one, or it'll be like, oh,
Oh,
you like this one? You've had this about 5 times now, and they're like,
that's
oh, I
good.
must like it then.
That's really good, but that's also your personalized touch, isn't it? That's like your
Yeah.
VIP for your client. Your client feels amazing because you know exactly what she's had all the time.
Yeah, they do love it, I think, because they're like, oh, have I had this one? I feel like I've had it. And then I'll go, hang on, let me have a look. And then I have a quick look at their card. And I'm religious with it. Like I have my
It's really
online booking
good.
system, so then they get paid. Like it's obviously it says how much they pay, blah, 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 but it's good for my accountant. But then I also have a paper copy because I always think, what if the power goes? Like, what if the system goes and
So
I don't
good.
have backup? I love a backup because you just never know with
You're right.
technology.
You're right.
But some
Mental
people don't
right.
have booking systems. Some people still use a diary and they write it in hand.
Yeah,
And the admin for that is just too much sometimes.
yeah,
Like it's the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's why I like my online system.
yeah,
Yes, okay, I probably spend about £70 a month on it, but I look at that and go, it's worth it for the time, the effort. It's sending out reminders to
yeah.
people. I'm never having to chase people going, hello, don't forget you're in tomorrow, or hello, are you still coming
Absolutely.
today? Or like if I don't know, if a cancellation comes up, they can go on a cancellation watch, so they'll get a ping
Yeah.
and they'll be like, oh,
So
we've had a
easy.
cancellation, you can fill this block,
Yeah,
and I've done that so many times and I'm like, yes, winner,
yeah.
winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, yeah. And I tell you what I am. I'm one of those people that lies in bed. I mean, the worst thing that ever happened to me was Apple Pay on my phone because I'll lie in bed and I'll start scrolling through things and then I'll be buying and I'm like, order this. If there's not Apple Pay and I have to go downstairs and get my purse and get my card, I'm like, forget it. I don't need it. But if it's Apple Pay, I'll click it and I'll be like, yeah, job done. And I'm
Mhm.
exactly the same with appointments that if I have to wait until 9:30 tomorrow to phone somebody up and, like I'd like to have this, it's not going to work for me. Like to be able to do it at 9:30 at night in my bed, because I am an early bedtime girl, by the way. Then I can just like sit there and be like, oh yeah, facial. Yes, I'll have that. It's just I just think it's much
I'm the
better
same.
as a business owner for like what you're paying. I think people forget when they're a business owner how it is to be a client and
Mm,
what they want as a client. And I think it's really important. Like my first job as a beauty therapist, my boss, who was really strict actually, like, I mean, it was a long time ago, it was the 90s, and they were
mm,
mega strict like that. They were like matrons back in those days. But I remember she used to say to every one of us, go into your treatment room and lie on your bed and look around like a client would. Be a client for 5 minutes, look around your room, and you'll be able to see what cobwebs need dusting, like the state of everything. And it's like it's so true. I think you've
mm.
just got to try and put things in the mind of a client and what would make your client's life easier.
Yeah,
And
sitting in your client's shoes,
yeah,
basically.
yeah, booking systems, definitely. And
A
they
hundred
don't
percent,
they
like
don't need to be
100%. I think
expensive.
there's so many out there, and some of them do have hidden fees, some of them things like that. Like, but you can claim that back.
Yes,
Like, that's an
exactly.
expense. And I think that's what people forget. People
Yeah,
forget, they're like, oh my God, I'm paying this much this month. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't care. I think if it's going to cost me 1p per email, I will pay
yeah,
1p per email.
yeah,
If it's going to make like my marketing easier, like people sign up,
definitely.
that's it. You've got their email address, you can then market them. If you've got
Yeah.
special occasion, like all of them sort of things. That's how I told all my clients about my Christmas party I did. I sent
Oh,
out in a marketing email, hey everybody, come to my
yeah.
Christmas party.
Did many
And
people
it was
come?
there were six of us because most
That's
people
nice.
because it was so last minute. A lot of them were like, "Oh, gutted, I couldn't make it because of like they had another do and whatever." And then you had the some that like were just sitting there going, "Oh, I really want to go out, but I don't know if I'm going to know anyone." And then
Oh,
they regretted it. They got a bit of FOMO.
yeah. Put yourself out there.
I think, but then they've all gone, "Oh, can we do it again in the new year?" I was like, "Yes, yes, we can make it a
Love it.
regular thing. That's cool."
Oh, I love that. That's so nice. That's going to build your loyalty up, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, and like I've done these this year. I made these myself. I made them. I bought them on Etsy last year,
Mm.
but this year I created my own
Well
little
done,
scratch
you.
cards. Oh, hang on, I'm showing you the wrong one. Hang on. Da, da, da. So it's not going to
Well
show you,
done.
is it? It's going to blur. But yeah, so it's like scratch to reveal what the prize is, and they got like 5% off or 10%
That's really
off.
good, Sammy.
I've got like little cuticle oil pens, so I've got different prizes for different people. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I can claim that.
Yes, because it's got your branding on.
So this is what
Can't.
people forget. It's all about
Yeah.
there's a lot of things you can do as a
Yeah.
business owner that people don't realize.
Did you know that my husband's a tax lawyer? I don't know if you know this.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is and it isn't. And I hope he never watches this for that.
Ah,
It is and it isn't because I've been in business for years. Like I had my first business when I was 23. I'm 44 now. So I've been
mm,
in business for a long, long time. And he's a tax lawyer and he does a load of corporate stuff, but he knows the knowledge, but he hasn't got the experience of owning a business. So when
hmm
we talk to each other about things, like I'll ask him something and he will tell me the answer as though I'm like a multi-million pound like company. And I'm like,
Corporate. Yeah.
no, I'm just a sole trader. Can we just
You're
talk
just a
about this?
solo person.
Yeah, let's talk about this in a way that I can understand and that other people will understand when we're talking about it. But yeah, we were talking yesterday because I asked him because I did a post, I think it might have been yesterday, maybe. Yeah, I think it was yesterday, about your Christmas gifts for your clients
Mm.
and how the general rule is they can't smoke it, eat it, or drink it, right?
Yes, yes.
Any of those means that you can't claim it back for your tax. But and it needs to be branded, so you need to have your brand on there, so it's an advertising thing. But what I did also find out was that you could do it as a sample thing, so like your cuticle oils and stuff like that. Um, uh, will benefit your business by giving them to your clients, not as a gift, but like a sample thing. So that,
Yeah.
yeah, that was an interesting one that I found out yesterday. So
Yeah, because they try it, they like it, they're more likely to buy
buy
it
it.
again.
Yeah.
It's the same with like well, I work with sirens.
Oh yes, I saw the candle today. It looks nice.
Um it's my blur. I don't like it. You can't see. But yeah, so I work with Haley on with sirens and I love the products. I genuinely really, really like the products. So I tend to use it on certain clients if I feel like they need that little extra. And the amount of people that have then gone on to buy it
Yeah.
because they like it. But if you don't try it, they're not going to know that they like it. Or
100%. 100%.
cuticle oil. I've got like nice smelling ones. I've got more neutral one, different things. People smell it, they try it, they like it, they buy it.
Yeah.
Same with like, when you go to the hairdressers, again, hairdressers, for
Yes.
example, you go to the hairdressers, they use a nice shampoo on your hair. You like that shampoo. You like the way you like, oh, that
Oh
smells
yeah.
lovely. What's that? Or they put a heat defense spray in your hair,
Yeah.
or they put like serums. How many times do people go and then buy them products, either from the salon
Yep.
that they've used the products, or they'll go and use a different website
Yeah.
or, wholesale, like wherever.
Yeah.
Um, it is. It's the using the products makes you want to buy it.
Yeah, it
Well, they
definitely
do me
does.
anyway. I just buy like I just got a bit of an addiction to buying stuff.
Yeah, me too. But we're also clients.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I went to a spa years ago and they did, I mean, I don't know why I bought it, but I loved it. They did it was S Spa products and they did this salt scrub.
Mm.
The most beautiful body scrub ever. Oh my God, it's lovely. But what they do is they sell it in like a box with 5 sachets. So you don't need a big pot of it, but you've got a sachet. So oh, it's so, so
Mm.
nice. I don't sell S Bar, by the way, everybody. I'm not here promoting them, but they really are lovely. And for me, it was a real sale. Like, I went to this spa, they used it on me, and then they're like, oh, yeah, you can buy these 5 sachets for 20 quid or something. I was like, this is brilliant. Yeah, definitely. Because to me, I get that experience at home, and it's exactly the
Mhm.
same experience. Why wouldn't I want to buy it and take it home with me? So, yeah, easy
All
sell.
about upselling. Upselling is how
Or
you
all
make your
about
money.
upselling. Right, you and I like to get on a tangent, so I've got my
Yes,
phone
yes.
out.
Okay.
Gonna go through a couple of the
Questions. Hit me up,
questions
darling.
we've seen.
Let's
Um,
go.
I'm afraid I'm of a certain age where I need to do the glasses off to read. I never thought I'd be there, but I am. Right, okay, so
The glasses on, glasses off. Let's
glasses
go.
on, glasses off. I know it's awful, isn't it? Okay. All right, okay. So these at the moment are questions that we've found on a load of Facebook groups and
Hmm.
Instagram groups because this is obviously our first official YouTube podcast thing. What we want eventually to happen is for you guys to send us your questions in. So Sammy and I see ourselves a little bit like agony aunts, where we will help you with any questions you've got and any conundrums and whatever. So here we go. I'm looking to offer more services and treatments. I'm
Hmm.
currently a qualified nail tech, but want to branch out. I don't want hair or lashes, but something that works well with nails, if that makes sense. Any ideas?
Ooh, so to branch out, what do you reckon? What more nail wise? Do you
Well,
think
it
they want to
looks,
branch out?
yeah, I mean, it looks like it.
Does
It
it
says what
say?
works well with nails. I mean,
See, I do just nails. I have done other beauty product like services, but I literally
yeah,
just do nails. But it's all about doing like your extensions, your
yeah,
natural, your gel polish, your builder, your like whatever you want to do, doing something different because it's the new saying is the prescriptive nail services, isn't there? So because everybody's different, everyone
yeah,
wants a different nail treatment depending on your client.
yeah,
So I suppose some people want more nail art, so maybe practicing nail art.
yeah.
Um, Depends on where your skill sets are.
Absolutely.
What's your main go-to for like, do you prefer like doing French manicures? Do you prefer doing like just plain one colors? Trying to find what your niche is and then going from there.
Yeah, there's so many things that complement nails as well, aren't there? So many things. And I think people get a bit scared when, if they say gel or
Mm.
enhancement type nails, people are really scared of going down the natural health route as well. Like, like I said, I do loads of pedicures. I do so many pedicures. And actually you can charge quite a lot for pedicures.
Yeah, you can now, like a proper one. I
Loads.
mean, I don't do pedis. I just paint toes because I don't have the facilities in
Yeah,
my room that I got to the point where I was like, no, there's no point me
yeah,
offering that. I'll just do like gel toes and I'll send you to my friend who
yeah,
does fantastic pedicures
yes,
because she does all of the rest of it. And everyone's okay with that.
yeah,
But I just had a thought in my little brain
yeah,
of like an add-on that you can add on to your nail services, hand massages, things
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah,
Because oh my God, they love a hand massage.
yeah. I mean, if you
Hand, arms.
Sammy's just posted today on her Facebook group about sirens doing this lovely
Little candle.
massage candle. And it is like for hands, isn't it? It's not like
Mm,
because I've only ever seen them as a body massage candle and I really like them.
mm.
But I mean, how lovely is that for your clients to, obviously you'd have to do it after the gel side of stuff because of the oil, but what a lovely way to like upgrade your nails, like
Mhm.
to go from a gel treatment. It'll take an extra 5 minutes to add. I mean, you could always add a scrub. I don't know if sirens do a scrub as well, but um,
Yes, they do.
Because you could always
They
do
do a
like
hand scrub, cream, cuticle nail cream.
I love
They've
it.
got the normal hand cream. Yeah, they've got quite a few different options. But yeah, they have a little. I'll show you. No, I won't show you because I'm not. Well, I'm
Yeah.
advertising, but I'm
We're
not
not here
advertising
to
at the same
sell
time.
them, by the way,
Yeah, we're
Sammy,
not.
but you
So
know.
I won't. I won't go on about it.
Maybe you can like look at Sammy's the Nail Mafia for her affiliate link, but
Yeah.
but that's not what our purpose is here. But
No, no, it's not. I'm going on a tangent again.
but I just think it's really easy to add an extra service in with nails, like you say. You've got massage. Um, I know some people might be like, well, I don't do massage, but actually, just do a manicure course and then you've got the hand
Hmm.
massage. But even if you don't want to do massage, you could, like we're just talking about those products, get a scrub, hand scrub. Give them a real nice like scrub. You don't even need to soak the nails or anything. Give them a good scrub. Um, do your gel, obviously, really clear with your prep. Obviously, should be anyway, but make sure it's totally like none of that oil or anything left on the nails. Do your application, and then yeah, you could do like your massage because it won't affect anything. Nice hand cream. So there's a lot you can do with nails, I think. Um, I do think that the old nail varnish has sort of been ignored, and I really think it's a big deal personally. Now, this is me as a therapist, not as a nail tech, but it costs hardly anything for nail varnish, right? And I know the main issue with nail varnish is that it's not dry straight away. We all know that. But over the years, have had so many clients that come to me for nail varnish every week. They have a half-hour appointment. Fingernails, I'm talking about now. 30-minute appointment that I'm charging 22 to £25 over the years, depending on for 30 minutes, and all it is express money. So it's like cuticles, file, like shape them, and now varnish application. That's it. So the cost of
Mm.
me in products is really minimal.
Mm.
They're coming back every week. So an
But
hour.
then also you saying that though, I have noticed that nail varnish has evolved over the years so that they are a lot more harder wearing than they
That's
were
amazing.
like even 10 years ago to
Amazing.
now, completely different. Yeah, so I do agree. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't get anyone really that wants it, so I don't have it anymore.
It's different for you though,
Um,
because you're fully booked more or less anyway, aren't you? So you don't need
yeah,
to introduce anything else in. But I just think when everyone's asking for like, what can I do? Like, grab
that could be
nail
an
varnish.
alternative.
It's not difficult, it's not expensive, and even if you just do their toes,
Yeah.
um,
Just make
yeah.
sure they don't wear cover toe shoes.
Do you
I
know?
actually had, do you know what though? When I did do normal nail polish, I remember I had a woman, this is going back quite a few years,
Yeah.
and she turned up, it was winter, she had like these like closed toe shoes on, and she popped out, and I was like, are you sure you don't want a gel toe? Because you know it's going to last a bit longer, la la la. And honestly, I just finished doing it just before, and she just put them
Oh,
straight in her shoes, and I'm like,
no,
that was just a
no,
waste of money, wasn't it? Like,
no.
but yeah, I think yeah, there's always alternatives you can do, whether it
Yeah,
be, there's always something.
yeah. So yeah, I
Right,
mean,
you never know.
yeah. So for the person who wants something extra to go with there that complements nails, you can still complement nails by adding new nails in. Basically, is what Sam and I are saying.
Yeah,
You can upgrade your nail treatments, upsell. You could add retail nail varnish. I mean, God, years ago we used to buy a sculpture, and they would have the retail varnishes, and the varnishes were like 10 quid, and every single client would have their gel done. I'd buy the colour just in case. Just
yeah. I mean, do you know what though? Actually, going back before I did nails, I used to get acrylics,
yeah.
and she would always use normal polish on top of my acrylics.
Oh, really?
Always, she never used a gel. It was always a natural nail, like a normal nail varnish.
That's interesting.
But then she'd use like the spray, you know, like the setting spray.
Yeah, yeah.
The quick and go. Let's
They're quite
spray and
good.
go. Let's go. And you still had to be like, ah, I
Yeah.
don't want to touch anything.
I know. You should see me sometimes because I don't do many fingernail varnish. Most of mine are toes. But if I do fingernails, my client, I open the door for them for their car. I get them to sit in and I'm like, stay there. I'm going to do your seatbelt up. So I'm like doing the seatbelt and everything. So it does take a little bit more managing, let's be realistic. But,
Yeah.
if people are struggling, there's like loads of things that you can do. You just have to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
outside the box. Um, saw something today
Hmm.
on a group, and it was somebody asking for some help and support. And
Okay.
they basically were saying that they're really struggling. This is their quietest ever. They're really quiet. They don't know what to do. Um, Please don't send me any links to like downloads or social media templates and stuff, which I thought actually fair enough because we all do it, don't we? Like, well, I've got this freebie and I've got this. So you see them popping up in the comments, and I do the same myself. Um, and the comments were starting to come through, and people were like, don't worry, this is normal this time of year. This industry's changing. Don't panic about it. Um, and I felt really sorry for this anonymous person who obviously didn't let us know who they were, which I totally respect. But it felt very negative. Like her side of it felt really negative. Like she must be in this real big, deep ditch at the moment. But I commented and I said, look, I'm not going to send you anything, but I asked her a load of questions and she came back quite snappy, I thought. It was a bit like,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it was very like, well, I do all of that anyway. I advertise regularly and I do this, and obviously it's on a message, so the tone's different. Um, but I just sort of stepped back from it and I thought, oh, I don't really know what your point is of your message. Like, you put this big
You're
post
asking
in
for
the
help,
group.
but then you don't want to take it.
Yeah, and she was
Mm.
doing this. I say she, that's unfair of me. I have no idea of the gender of this person because they were anonymous, in fairness.
Okay.
But whoever they were really like, I want help, but don't help me. I was like,
Hmm.
it was really weird. I see that loads now. It's like everybody's, not everybody, but so many people are like, can you help me with this? And then if you haven't got the magic formula, they just don't want to,
This one I know.
yeah, just weird. Like,
People
you,
are weird. We're all weird
we
in our
are,
own
I'm really
special
weird.
way.
But yeah, so it annoyed me a little bit. And I was like, Emma, just be patient and tolerant. But I just thought, what's the point of your post? And I did want to say that, but I thought I'm going to come across as a massive bitch if I say that. So I don't understand your point. Like,
Yeah.
what's the
Can you
point?
explain to me what your problem is then if you don't want my help?
Yeah, what is it that you want to achieve from this post? And then, in fairness, she did say a little bit later, thank you. I just feel better now knowing that everybody's in the same position. But I don't know whether it's my mindset, but
Hmm.
if it's everybody's in the same position, doesn't necessarily make it a good thing.
No.
Like, don't feel happy because everybody's quiet. Be the person that does the work to be not quiet next. Like, you don't need to stay on this level. You don't need to feel as though everybody's quiet, so I may as well be. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
You're like, no, you will get it. I think sometimes as well, like people don't have a like an ideal client.
yeah, of
They
course.
don't have a client that they ideally want to attract, so they will attract anyone. Like some people really don't, you don't want as clients because they don't appreciate you. They don't, they don't, they just want to go to you because you're cheap.
Yeah.
They're not the clients you want. You want the clients that will pay a premium to come to you because they appreciate the service, they appreciate all that, which means then you work less but earn more. Um, and that's what we all want to do in life, isn't it? We
Of
don't want
course
to be
it is.
working like 50, 60, 70-hour weeks
Yeah.
and getting paid peanuts.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I said in my message to her, which is maybe now's the time to look at what your most profitable treatments are, like what's most profitable for you. And she was like, I've done all of that. I was like, okay, all right then, thanks. See you later.
You're like, I'll try to help, but okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that like business is hard. Like I know I make it out as though it's not, but it is hard. And you
It
never
is, yeah.
know where, it's tricky and it's challenging, but you have to be open to ideas. You have to be open to taking a different step and moving forward. And you have to be, otherwise you're not gonna get
You got to
anywhere,
go out of your
really.
comfort zone sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I feel a bit sad for whoever this person is, but yeah, I see it so much now. But
A lot
they,
of them anonymous as well, aren't they? Like, there's
I
just
know,
so many more anonymous posts now, and I do feel like just be big and bold and be like, look, life's poo, just
I
help me.
know. I know, and I get it because if they've got clients looking in it, I get it. Like you don't want your clients seeing you moaning or saying that I'm thinking about moving to this salon over the road. You don't want your clients seeing that or the people you're renting from. So I do understand some anonymous posts, but
Mm.
ultimately when you're right, when you want everybody to back you up or support you, then anonymous isn't always going to be the way forward because
No.
actually you're just for the other people that are feeling the same way, they're going to feel like, oh, well, maybe I need to be anonymous. If you can't brave to say I'm really struggling,
Mhm.
I don't know, it's a bit of a funny one, isn't it, really? But
Oh, another thing, I'll just literally come in my
come on.
brain. So I
Yeah.
see the other day, and it's about, obviously people that come to you when they've got like a cold or are ill and things
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
And I've seen a few where it's not just one person. This has been like across a few different people over the last couple of weeks. And people are like, if you're ill, don't come to me. I will cancel your appointment if you turn up ill and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, it's part and parcel. Unless you've got sickness and diarrhea, you can do one. If you've
Yeah.
got a cold or a back end of a cold or something, unless you are coughing, spluttering, and in my face, just keep it to yourself. I wear a mask to protect myself from all my nail dust, but
Yes.
also to protect me from you.
Yes. Yes.
Like if you have got germs, and then Dettol comes out and I'm spraying it,
Exactly.
I've got the spray, I've got the wipes. If your salon is clean, like it
Yeah,
should be, and you have high standards, you should be okay.
you
Unless
should.
someone's coughing and spluttering in your face, or someone's got a cold and then they go and decide to give you a hug because they think it's okay. And you're like, wait, seriously.
Yeah, I know. You find yourself like that, so you're like, see you later, bye.
But some people come across on their social media so rude,
Yeah, they
like
do.
as a technician,
Yeah,
like I'm like, your customer service is the main reason why people come to you. If you're going to be rude on your stories or your posts
yeah,
or your like whatever, and it comes across a, like a bit abrupt and
yeah. Blunt
a bit
and
harsh,
yeah,
like basically telling them to F off and I don't want you as a customer if you're going to have a cold.
yeah.
It's the season. Like we're all going to get ill, work
Stupid
through it.
darling.
Like unless you are literally bedbound with the flu,
I agree.
like I've had clients that message me on the day before or on the day or whatever, and they've like, oh my God, I've woken up, stinking cold, massive migraine. I don't want to give it to you. I'm like, absolutely fine. And I'm probably not going to charge you for that
Yeah,
cancellation because you've respected me by telling me before your appointment, like
yeah,
before you've come in, that you are not well.
yeah.
So I'm less likely to charge you that deposit fee or whatever. And we'll just like, should we just reschedule to next week or whatever? Because I'd rather
Definitely.
do that. The client then respects you more because they appreciate the fact that you don't want to get ill.
Yeah,
Than someone that's just going to turn up, don't give a shit. They're going to give you their cold, they'll give you their bug, or all the ones that turn up and they're like, oh yeah, I was throwing up all last night.
I hate it when they do that too. Yeah, they're like,
You're just
oh
like,
no,
why? Like you
don't
wouldn't
tell me.
go. Like I don't know, some people just illnesses is a big one. It's like when
Yeah,
someone turned up with COVID, like this is during COVID, right? Like when we got to open again
yeah,
and then close again, open again, close again, sort of malarkey. What an
yes,
absolute
yeah,
whew, time in our
yes.
life. Um, I had someone turn up with COVID, right? Give me COVID
No,
over Christmas.
no.
Literally, my Christmas was a complete write-off. I was in bed, the illest I've ever been in my life.
No.
I was like, I was
Oh,
like, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. Oh my God. But I didn't, obviously. Okay, I'm still here.
you're still here.
Um, but that person knew that their household was full of COVID. They
No,
still came and brought it with them and gave it to me
no.
and ruined my Christmas. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, have some common courtesy.
Yeah, I agree.
But
But
there's no need to be rude on your social media about
there
it.
is no reason to be rude. And it has to work both ways, hasn't it? You've got one person saying, if you're ill, don't come to me. But the next breath saying, if you give me less than 48 hours notice, I'm going to charge you. I mean, like, and then you've got like, you see these like conversations, don't you? Or through Facebook, like these messaging, like, hi, babe, can't come tomorrow, or I'm going to cancel on Thursday because I've got the flu. And then the now tech or therapist, whoever they are, hey, babe, that's fine, but don't forget you've got to pay me 100% because it's less than 48 hours notice. Then you've got the other one, then the ill one saying, oh, well, I'll still come then. And then the other one,
Yeah.
like, it's like, what do you want? What do you want your client to do? Because you either have them ill and you suck
Mhm.
it up, or you have like this amazing like deposit and charge them for everything. It's like, no, 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 you
I
can't.
think
What do
I
you
think
want to have?
deposits are great. They
As
are
it's
great and they save you a lot, especially if someone doesn't show up or, someone does cancel
important.
25 minutes before their appointment but doesn't have a very good legitimate
Yeah,
reason.
definitely.
But then you've got the ones that never cancel. They
Yeah,
respect you. Or if they do cancel last minute, they pay you. There's no dramas. I think people respect you more as a tech if you are human
I
and you
agree.
go, like I have a 24-hour cancellation policy because sometimes it's hard. Like you don't always know if you're going to have
What
to
you do?
cancel 48 hours in
What you
advance.
do?
Like the
Oh,
day
no, that's
before,
ridiculous.
if it's close enough,
Yeah,
I'll let you off, depending on the circumstances or whatever.
absolutely.
Like I've had clients that we just reschedule most of the
Yeah, of
time because if you're ill, we'll reschedule. That's fine.
course.
I don't want it.
No. I had one of my. Do you know? Did you have snow in Essex a couple of weeks ago? Did you get the snow?
No, we missed it.
Did
We
you?
literally we were like in this little bubble
Oh,
that completely I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like I'm in
yeah.
Saffron Walden, and it's literally on the outskirts of everything. Um, and yeah, we didn't get any snow, but we do
Oh,
sometimes get snow.
oh.
But you got it.
Yeah, we had it. I mean, it wasn't bad to be honest, but my first client of the day, to be fair, it was 10 o'clock, so I don't start till 10 on a Wednesday. She was my first client of the day. She's 77. And as soon as I woke her up, I sent her a message. I was like, listen, blah, blah.
Hmm.
The weather's pretty bad. It's a bit icy outside. If you would rather wait until like reschedule until there's no snow or ice, I'm more than happy to do that. And she's like, oh, do you know what? I'll see what it's like out first. And she came. But it is that courtesy, isn't it? Like there's some situations like somebody's really ill in their bed. No, they don't need to get out of the house. If there's bad snow, bad weather, I don't want like my mum's 70. I would not want my mum walking out in that weather. So
No,
is it really worth it? Like for however much you're
I've
charging per
rescheduled
hour?
before because of snow. Like
Yeah.
I've had clients and I've just messaged them in the morning saying, "Hey, weather's pooed. Should we reschedule for next week or should we reschedule? Like just see what the weather happens
Yeah, it's a
and
balance, isn't
when
it?
it's safer." Because I don't want you going out. Because I think one of them they actually got stuck in their little village because we like lots of little
Oh,
villages that they got to the point where they literally couldn't leave their street because it was so icy that it was just so dangerous. They were like, "No, it's just not worth it."
oh, no
Because we
way.
don't get like the gritters come around all the time. Like they'll go
Yeah,
around certain places, but not everywhere.
yeah,
And yeah, it is dangerous sometimes. I'm like, even like my evening clients, sometimes I'm like, drive safely,
no,
bye, be good, drive
no.
safe, text me when you get home.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me two rings. That's what we used to
Yeah.
say when we were younger. Give me two
Yeah.
rings.
I think like, yeah, you just need to just treat your clients with the way you would want to be treated.
Yeah, be a client.
Yeah, be a
That's what it's all
client,
about. This
guys.
whole like thing today has been be a client. Put yourself in your
Yes.
client's position. Um, because I do see some like really negative reactions from the client where they do then like get a bit defensive. They're like, oh, well, just F off then. And they don't need to say that. But I also think if you're a client and you've been going to somebody for the past 5 years and you are like a good, loyal client, you turn up on time, you bring them a coffee in the
We all love a
morning,
coffee.
you tip them, you bring them Christmas presents, whatever. You're that amazing client. And then that one time your now tech or therapist turns around to you and says, sorry, babe, go with my booking system. You need to pay me this much. You agree to the terms and conditions. I can totally understand why that client gets annoyed by that. It's like, hang on a sec. So yeah, be a client, put yourself in your client's position. How would you feel as a client under those circumstances? How can you make your client feel better by being a client?
Mm.
It's just got to be a client.
Yeah, to be honest, I had it last year. I went to Poland to see my husband because he was working out there. And I flew back on the Sunday night and I was working on the Monday morning, but I also had a massage and facial booked in.
Yes.
And I was so ill. Like it was either like food poisoning, hangover. It was disgusting. Like I was so ill. I had to cancel my facial. I had to cancel all my clients for the day. I was ill for like 2 days.
Oh,
And do you know how understanding my beauty therapist was? She was like, "Oh my God, babes, I hope you're okay. Let me know. We'll
Oh,
reschedule for later in the week when you're feeling a bit better."
excellent.
Not cancellation, like she's got a cancellation policy, but she
Yeah,
was like, "No, it's fine.
yeah.
You're not well." I was like, "Mate, I've literally been vomiting for hours.
Oh God.
I am not well. It's not great. I've just got back."
Yeah,
And she was understanding, and I really appreciate it. My clients, again, they understood. I was like, "Look, I'm really, really sick. I've literally been throwing up all night. Um, I don't want to give it to you. I'm not fit to look after myself, let alone do nails." And they're like, "No, no problem. We'll reschedule, not a problem."
I'm
Because
thinking, thank God.
yeah, I'm like, "Oh my God." But that has literally just done a little ping in my little brain of, when you get clients that book in,
Yeah,
right? So you're sitting there and you're talking to your client and they want to book in there and then with you for their next appointment. And you go, "Oh, I've only got Friday at 2." Right? So this is
yeah.
just an example. And they go, "Oh no, I can't do that. Can you do Saturday?" You've got to leave them for 8 seconds. There's an 8 second rule, right?
Never heard this 8 second. I like
Right.
that.
So there's an 8 second rule. You've got to leave it because you're not going to work on that Saturday if you don't work Saturdays because that's not your day and you've got to set your boundaries.
Yeah,
So it's a case of you've got to wait for that 8 seconds and then they're going to feel slightly awkward because I'm
Sammy.
like, "Oh well, um, I've got stuff next week, and be another time that you've got available in your schedule because you're not going to work outside your schedule because
Yeah.
you've got to have boundaries and you've got to have a work-life balance, right?" And in that 8 seconds, they will then have in their little head, they'll find a solution. You're not going to find them the solution. They're going to find their own solution. Be like, "Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, actually, I've got Tuesday afternoon available. Well, actually, I could probably come in about this sort of time. Have you got anything then?"
Oh my God, this is so true.
Watch it. Watch it. You will guarantee people will always find an alternative themselves. You don't have to give them an alternative. Like, "Oh, actually, do you know what? I'll stay later today." Or
You
don't do
need,
it.
this is your new course, Sammy, for the Nail Mafia, the 8 second rule.
The 8 second rule. Yes.
Yeah,
I think people need to have something,
you're
like
right.
they need to have that power and that confidence because they're not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
If you show up and you show up confident and you show up with that, no, absolutely not. I mean, my facial expressions just tell it
I
all. My
was going to
clients are
say,
like,
your clients are going to know.
"Oh, they know." My clients just look at me sometimes. I'm like, "Sorry," and I'm like, "Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, no, 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 absolutely not." But they love me, and I love my clients. I really
Yeah,
do. They are amazing, and I have honestly, genuinely got some of the most amazing clients that I could ever ask for, and I'm so grateful for that.
yeah. Makes a big difference, doesn't
It
it?
does, yeah.
Like going
Like,
to work. It's not like work, is it?
no, it's like going to see your friend and like, "Oh, what gossip have you got for
Yeah,
me
yeah, it doesn't
today?
matter.
Spill the
I've al
tea."
yeah, I've always said this. I get paid to chat all day. I mean,
Yeah,
what can I say about that? It's
it's
amazing.
amazing. It is, really is. But yeah, this is going to be a long one
I was just going
today.
to say, I'm loving this because we started this off saying, how long should we do? About 20, 30 minutes? What are we? We an hour in or something? Does it tell us?
It does, probably. I don't know. It's probably a while. But
Maybe each week we should have a topic we cover rather than because I think
just
we've
have a
covered.
chat. Well, I think the first one you've got to kind of go knees deep. You've got to go all in. You've got
I
to
think
show
so
them what they're
too.
missing.
I think maybe the headline for this one should be a client.
Yes, I'm going to write this down.
Are
Be a
you? Oh, okay,
client.
I'll write two. Be a client because we seem to have come up with
Because
that
it
quite a
is,
lot.
it 100%. Be your client, sit in
Yeah,
your client's chair and see what they see.
yeah, definitely. And how would you feel if your nail tech or your massage lady or facial lady or hairdresser treated you in the same way, like policy wise, as you may do to your clients? So have a think about your own policies.
Mhm.
Um, and think, are they in favour of my client? I mean, you can't put yourself second, by the way. I'm not
No.
saying that you have to be priority, but you're not going to be doing yourself any favours if you lose a load of clients over your policies. So
I mean, you say that though, you do sometimes get some people that push their luck. So you've got to kind of like have a little tally
you do.
and be like, "Right, this person's been ill," so that they know they don't have to like because they're ill, they've
Absolutely.
cancelled last minute. You'll get some people that take the piss and they would just use that as an excuse every time.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, mate, I'm skint, just tell me you're skint.
Yeah.
I'd
But
rather reschedule because you're skint
yeah.
because you've overspent than you lie to me and tell me that you're ill
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Oh, here she goes. Here she goes.
talking about that, it's when they turn up, you've just finished their nails or whatever service, and they go, "Oh, mate, I don't get paid till Friday. Can I pay you on Friday?" And you're
Does
like,
it happen to you much? I
"Select
mean,
for you."
really, like if our clients
No,
are
it
what?
actually does happen to me. Like, it actually happens to me. Um, and it's one of them. If you get a heads up, it's fine.
Yeah.
If that's all I've got available and that's the appointment and it's 2 days before your payday or whatever, and
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
previously agreed
Fair enough.
the one off, it's all right. Bank transfer me on Friday, not a problem. If I've then got to chase you for that
Yeah.
bank transfer
Not okay.
or whatever, or it becomes a regular
Yeah.
occurrence, you're taking the piss. I think it's a case of you wouldn't go to Tesco's, go and do your food shop, and then go, oh, is it all right if I pay you Friday when I get
Yeah.
paid or my gyro comes in?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Especially when they've just told you about they've just booked this amazing holiday or they've been out to such and such on Friday night. You're like, hang on a second.
Yeah. Oh, I've just been and spent like 200 quid on some new shoes.
Yes.
And I've just got a new bag and I've just gone and bought all these new clothes. And
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I've just gone and wasted my money on some other like crap. And then they're like, oh, yeah, is it all right if I pay you this day? You're like, all right, cheers. It's always one. It's always one.
There is always one, actually.
But
It's always
I
one.
just smile and wave because that's what it's all about. It's all about being cheery,
Yeah.
being, it's all about an experience. You are creating an experience for your client. So be your client. How would
Yes.
you want to be treated?
Be
That
your
is, yes,
client.
be your client.
Yeah. Um, Send us in your questions. Let us be proper agony aunts rather than us like making it up because we'll just natter. As you can see, we'll just natter forever and ever. So if you send us some questions, then we will get onto it and make sure that we chop our times down a bit.
Yeah, and we'll
Also,
stay on topic.
absolutely. Also, if you want to be a guest speaker as well, if you feel like you're an amazing expert, like Sami Pelling is at the moment.
I do have someone that's on our list that we both know.
Yeah, excellent. Ooh.
Yes, so she's going to be talking about skincare.
Ah, fabulous.
Yes.
I know. Oh, yes, I know who that is too. That's exciting.
Yes. Not mentioning no names at the moment, but we'll do a little.
Yes, yes, and we know another lady that's gonna come in as well. So yeah, if you know that you would like to come and have a chat with us, have a natter with us, then we will like drop us a message. So either drop it to our Facebook group pages or can you message people on here, Sammy? How does that work? Do they do we
Um,
links to us on YouTube?
oh yeah, they can comment on there.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
they can comment on the YouTube.
Excellent.
Um, I don't think you can message though.
That's
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll pop links up. Sorry, there's a pigeon walking past a pigeon walking outside my
He's like, hello, just
patio. It
walk
was just like,
past.
and it's like, you know, when
Oh,
you catch something out the corner where you are, and like, it's my back
I'm like,
garden.
what the
Why am I
bloody hell is that?
yeah, I was like, why am I catching something out my back garden? But it was quite a chunky pigeon actually. He was like, yeah, he's been having a fun time. Anyway, oh my God, I've got like a whole menagerie of animals out there now. There's a
Out
magpie, a
comes the deer, like,
squirrel.
hey, hello, dear.
Sorry, I'm totally going off there. But yeah, if you want to message me or Sammy, and we will love to have you on to have a chat with us at some point and keep us focused and on track.
Yes.
But for now, be your client.
Thanks for watching. Don't
Thank you.
forget to subscribe for the
Yes.
next one.
Yes. Thanks for watching. Right. Bye.